the working title before it was American Fiction. Do you know what it was?
It was Fuck.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Mr. Brown, an honor to see you again, sir. How are you?
Good to see you as well, brother. I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing so well. You ever get tired of making good movies, or you're just going to keep doing it?
You know what, man? As long as people like you get a chance to keep talking to people like me, then maybe it's worth it.
All right, I guarantee you. Well, it's worth it on my part. You make my job easy. It's so much harder whenever they're bad, man. But seriously, congratulations on this. I'm going to start out with what is a ridiculous question.
Okay.
I was reading that when Cord Jefferson initially sent this script out for this movie, the working title before it was American Fiction. Do you know what it was?
It was Fuck.
It was Fuck,
Yeah.
which I love. How different would this press tour be if you were promoting the new movie Fuck?
It would make it that much more enjoyable, dude. I'm telling you, when I got to do it, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna publicize this, and I don't know what the poster's gonna look like, but I can't wait. And then as we got closer, it was kind of like life imitating art. They're like, we kind of have to change the title a little bit.
As someone who obviously, has to do homework and do my research, I do appreciate you guys not making me Google Fuck movie on my own work laptop, because that would have made life incredibly difficult for me.
I'm glad we were able to help you out with that. That's
I appreciate you. You have such a great history of developing characters, both on film and television. With TV, you get years and episodes and seasons to get to know a character. With a movie, you have that shorter, finite amount of time. If you had multiple seasons to get to know this man like you did on This Is Us, what is an aspect of him you would have loved to explore even further over the course of multiple years?
Oh, that's a good question, man. I think that being able to see the evolution of him find his new equilibrium. I think for the longest time he was sort of living a lie, being a gay man in a heterosexual marriage, right? Loving his children, loving his wife, but not being able to express his authentic truth. That I would love to see where we catch him now is in the midst of him sort of blowing things up and sort of finding a new equilibrium. I would love to see what that new equilibrium looks like once he learns to accept himself as himself and the people who he loves accepting him as his whole self. I would love to see what that looks like.
I love a good movie, and this does that, where when it's over, you're left wondering, I wonder what happens to them. And you kind of imagine, this is one of those characters where I just really want to know that he is happy. I just want to know that he finds everything. Do you think he does?
I think so. I think for me, the thing that gives me hope is seeing him in that last scene with his brother, driving off the set as his brother's about to get his movie made, knowing that these two gentlemen were able to find their ways back into each other's lives, right? Because for a long time they've been estranged, but now it seems like they're actually getting along. That makes me feel good.
I love that. Obviously, the watershed moment in this film is when Monk is told that his books just aren't black enough. I am sort of curious, over the course of your career as an actor, what's the worst note or piece of advice you've ever been given?
That's good. I think I was auditioning for something on the UPN or what have you, which had a very particular sort of aesthetic with regards to the type of ways in which they wanted to see black folks. And if I was seeing, he seems too intelligent or whatnot, he needs to sort of street that up, make it more, I don't know, I would hear things like that and notes that would be given to me by people who did not look like me. And I was like, wow, isn't that interesting that you feel as if I have to be a very particular way to be received as black by the world, by the media that we're putting out into the world. And that there was no sort of check to that until a little bit later on, where people start to question oh man, maybe there is a wider berth of character that we should be willing to see people who are black in the media that we consume. So hopefully I think we're in the midst of seeing that shift.
Absolutely. And this movie is going to help. I've gotten a lot of notes in my career. He's too intelligent, has not been one of them. Mr. Brown, I appreciate you, sir. I always thank you for your time. Thank you for being so kind. And, I always love talking with you, and you make my life easy by making movies like this.
Pleasure is mine, Jake. Thank you very much. And your studio looks dope, bro, by the way.
I just moved in with my girlfriend, and she let me sort of low key take over the basement and turn it into it. So props to her. She's upstairs in the kitchen right now.
Congratulations to you and to her. You guys look good.
I appreciate you, sir. Thanks
Peace,
very much.
brother.
Take care.
Later.
Take care.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.